Okay, so parents, I'm gonna need your help to set this up for the kids. If you have older siblings in the house, they can also help set this up because we want to try to get some clean shapes for them to play with. So it would be handy if you had scissors, ruler, something to write with or draw with. And for the circle, I often find it's handy to find something to trace. So this is just a measuring cup for rice. So let's make some shapes. First, I'm going to show you some ways you can make some of these shapes without a scissor. You can just take the paper. You can just take the paper and fold it. And then you have to use your fingernail and really push down. And go the other way. And we can just rip, rip. It's not always perfect this way, but it does work. Alternatively, we could just use the scissors. And now I can turn this into some squares instead. The idea is to make lots of pieces of different shapes so they can put them together, take them apart, make different shapes. So we have the squares. We could even take this one step further and I could cut this in half. So now I have triangles, and then the kids can be like, oh, 2 triangles is a square. I could take this even further. And now we have, oh no, I have 2 triangles that make a bigger triangle. So just making lots of different shapes. So if we wanted to make, let's get me this color over here, some nice dark green. If I wanted to make a circle, I'm just going to trace the circle. Now I can leave this as a circle. I can just leave this as it is, or again, we could take this one step further because we want them to take shapes apart and put them back together. We're transforming the shapes from one to another. So we can cut this in half so that we have 2 semicircles. We could still take this another step further. We could cut the semicircle in half. In fact, again, you can even not use the scissors this time. You probably pull it apart if you made a good line. And then we have quarter circles. They could play with that, see what they can make, or put it back together into a whole circle. And then we're just going to keep making shapes. And if you want to make an arch, like they have in the book, all you need is a nice size rectangle and a circle. We just want to take out probably half of it. Just trace it. Doesn't need to be perfect. And we can cut it out. And then we have an arch. And now we have lots of fun. I'm just going to use this black as my background, show you. Now that we have all these shapes, kids can play with, they can make stuff, pretend they're building almost. If they want to glue it, they can glue it onto the paper. Otherwise, they can just keep changing it and seeing what other shapes they can make, how they can put them together. Like if you watch this, if I put, here, like this, if the kids remember, if I put this triangle on this side, I put this triangle on this side, I have a trapezoid. Fancy that. I made a trapezoid. I could even do it like, oops, maybe I can't. Do it like this, and now I have a parallelogram. So this is great for practicing the shapes. It's also really good to get the fractions into their brain. They won't even know they're doing fractions. They'll be like, I can put these 4 squares together to make a big square. Look at that. So this is just a lot of fun. We just need some nice good shapes, and then the kids can just take them apart, put them together, keep transforming and changing stuff, see how they work. So have fun.